Hey everybody, I want to wheeze them here. It is Sunday, December 8th, 2013. Chase McCain is hidden. My nephew made a standalone video on his own earlier. I just elected to leave him where he is. That one will be only on his channel, The Walkthrough King. You can find it off mine. Be sure to check that out. That said, mentioned it on Twitter, a couple of videos, several times. Jolly Bumble Blast had a street date, December 7th, 2013, GameStop. They got him a day early. Toys R Us, I guess today. People have reported getting him at Best Buy, Toys R Us, both of those stores early. I'm assuming it'll hit Walmart and Target very soon. Obviously, they want to do that before Christmas. May already be there. Weekends are very crowded. I actually went to GameStop a little bit farther than Toys R Us, but in my opinion, it is worth it to avoid the crowds. That said, what we picked up is, of course, Jolly Bumble Blast. My apologies at GameStop, but they put the giant sticker there. You have the general idea of what would be there, just his shoulder and the rest of the bazooka. As you can see, though, I guess the one good thing there, it is tagged. There's a SKU if anyone needs it. $9.99 for Jolly Bumble Blast. Obviously, intent here, this is basically like a holiday spin-off. However, this is actually an in-game character. That's the issue, again, people have had with Quick Draw Rattleshake, the Frito-Lay promotion. It's not just like some Chase variant or special glitter figure that's going to show up just the same. It's actually a character that will register. So we've got several of these coming. I'm going to outline those for you whenever I film the 3DS, just trying to get caught up on some other things. That said, I realize I do not have my knife here, but we'll try to make the most of it, see what we can't do. There again is one last look at him on the front side here. Pretty nice artwork. Again, they just kind of alternated the colors to indicate, and you can kind of see there that's got the candy cane effect. We've got kind of like the frosted or snowy lower jaw. I've yet to actually use Bumble Blast. I've been waiting. Actually got to chapter 5 last night, unlocked all the solo survival stuff. It is not at all what I expected. I plan to use it to introduce the characters, give you some action. Long story there, but I'm going to finish up the introductions now. I'll cover that in more detail elsewhere. That said, he is, of course, Life Element. Jolly Bumble Blast slogan, the perfect swarm. You can see there they got the blue base. Obviously, that's going to indicate he is Swap Force. Coming around, I'm sorry, it's on the back side. That was not a swapper. Being a Swap Force Newlander, that is the first time Bumble Blast has appeared, is in the Skylanders Swap Force. Will not work at all in SSA or Giants, but he works just fine, obviously, in Swap Force. Right there, you can kind of see the inset box art. He's set in a snowy region, which actually makes a lot of sense, given he's Jolly Bumble Blast. Feature character there, of course, Countdown going on the portal, coming into the game. Other Life Element characters featured here, Standard Bumble Blast, Zulu, Thornhorn Camo, and Ninja Stealth Elf. Let's see here. Bumble Blast, standard form, which you can see right here. Only available in the Fiery Forge Battle Pack. That, of course, is alongside with Terrafin on the actual location piece. Unlocks the arenas and whatnot. He is joined currently by the other Life Element Skylanders here on the pool table. Got, of course, Drilla. He is our only dig right now. He's also our only Life Element Swap Force swapper, if you will, right now. Right on the border sides there, we have Zulu and Legendary Zulu. Similarly, we've got Stealth Elf and Ninjas. Ninja Stealth Elf and Dark Stealth Elf. Again, for me, I like to throw in that adjective, make this Dark Ninja Stealth Elf, but if you go by the labels, that's actually Dark Stealth Elf. So, interesting thing on Bumble Blast, he will receive a light core figure. Obviously, that one's not out quite yet. We're just missing Thornhorn Camo. So, if you're a fan of the Life Element, good news. I mean, there's a lot of, essentially you've got 3 Bumble Blasts, 2 Zulus, 2 versions of Stealth Elf, lots of options there for you. That said, this one actually seems to be sealed pretty well. That's kind of why I couldn't get my fingernail. Granted, I mean, if you've got longer fingernails, probably wouldn't have been too big of an issue here. Let's go ahead. Not a great tear there, but I mean, you get the general idea. If you really want to save the packaging, you can. My advice, if you're that type of person, buy one and keep it sealed. These don't technically have to come out, being that he's not a swapper. This is taped. Very strong smell. I've noticed that with someone else. I can't think of who it was. It might have been the Fiery Forge Battle Pack. It seemed like it was something relatively special. If you want to keep this current packaging and everything, I mean, just come in right there, cut the tape. Otherwise, you know, you're on the risk of tearing it. And go ahead, bend that down. We will attempt to free our special holiday edition Bumble Blast. We'll take a good look at him here in a second. The honey contrasts nicely against the snowy Lord Cha, if you will. We'll set that aside. We'll come in. Let us take a look at his stats. Again, what you get, obviously, the figure. You get the stat sheet. You get the sticker sheet. Sticker sheet, there is his. It is actually customized to match the artwork and the name. Same thing. You got a QR code, a web code below that. You can use that in the iOS games, now your collection vault, everything like that. Jolly Bumble Blast card stats. Again, these are exclusive to the card. Power, 85 of 200. Defense or armor, 85 of 200. Speed, 50 of 200. I've had a lot of people tell me Bumble Blast is their favorite character, but he's really slow. This was back when the game first came out. They were inquiring if there was ways to speed up the Skylanders without heroics. Luck, 90 of 200. That would put him at what out of 800? That would be 170, 260, 310-ish out of 800, I believe. In comparison, here we have standard Bumble Blast cards. As you can see on the cards, 85, 85, 50, 90, exact same stats. So, in terms of the cards, nothing special. Right here, kind of a nice effect there. Before we take a look at him, we'll go into his backstory here. Again, his slogan, the perfect swarm. Not storm, but swarm, as in, you know, beehive, wasp, swarm, etc. Bumble Blast started life as a humble beehive in the Radiant Mountains, where for ages the bees made the sweetest, most magical honey in all of Skylands. When Kaos heard about this super honey, he wanted it all for himself and soon launched an attack on the peaceful bees. But when his minions arrived to plunder everything the bees had created, they were met by Bumble Blast. He alone had been home to the bees and considered himself their protector. Using the power of the magic honey, Bumble Blast valiantly battled the evil minions who felt his powerful sting that day. Afterward, Bumble Blast roamed Skylands, a protector of nature, when he soon joined with the Skylanders. So, nice backstory there. Sorry about that. I was kind of losing my voice. But, pretty nice look here. Obviously, Christmas, red and green. At least that's here in America. If other people do orange and blue, sorry, you know, but I guess this, I think this has been released in Canada as well. It's probably a North American deal. Seemed like somebody had told me they got theirs at like Walmart or some store up there, I don't know, but earlier in the week actually. Essentially, we'll pop up here with Bumble Blast. Again, this is just standard Bumble Blast from a Fiery Forge. Jolly seems heavier to me. I don't know if it's because he's a little more jolly, if the paint weighs more, who knows, but for whatever reason he does. Exact same pose, again, just a recolor. The nice feature here, which you saw, the Life Element logo kind of emblazoned on the shoulder. Same thing there. It's a little bit harder for the camera to see since it is kind of washed out in red. Let's see here. Seems like there's another place on him I'd kind of liked. The nice detail there really is kind of like that stem, you know, a little twig, if you will. It's got the same thing on Jolly Bumble Blast. They actually did a nice job, covered it in the snow. Right here where he's kind of got the bee stinger coming out of the hive, you know, and sort of like the bamboo bazooka look. Hive is now green. The bee stinger, I mean, that's theoretically what that is, but it actually looks like a candy cane, you know, going with the Christmas theme here. It's got the bazooka resting on his back. That's actually a nice contrast in colors, just like the original. White belt, very much akin to Santa Claus. Really nice detail there on the leaves. They didn't completely white them out, you know, like the bazooka or something. Just kind of powdered it, almost like a dusting of snow, or maybe he's shuffled it up as he's walked along the forest floor. I mentioned on Bumble Blast that yellow on the dimples actually reminded me of like a wiffle ball or a practice golf ball. Now it really looks like a golf ball, being that it's white. The honey is that same color, has that intricate design. It is flexible, you know, it'd probably snap if you move it around too much. It's got the nice follow you eyes. Looks like right here on Bumble Blast, I would say that's yellow and a black. kind of like for the pupil. On Jolly, it's almost like a blue-green. I think that's probably the best camera angle I'm going to get for you. That's an interesting change. Right there, again, the only other difference really coming down here where his feet would be, he's kind of got like the green cuff going on. So again, it's basically just a repaint, but it does look very good. It is needed for your collection. It's really all she wrote for Jolly Bumble Blast. Again, the slogan is the perfect swarm. GameStop had like a one-day lead over, you know, Toys R Us, Best Buy. Walmart, I know they say they'll ship him pretty soon, so he very well could have shown up at Walmart and Target today. I think some people, now that I think about it, are actually finding him at Target early. So if it's a deal where there's just a one day for GameStop, one day for Toys R Us, the other retailers are going to have him. This is one of those deals, Pumpkin Eye Brawl kind of came out a little late in the game. But with this being Christmas, obviously Swap Force is going to be huge in terms of like, this is, you know, that's why it's on all the top toy lists. Basically the same thing I always tell you. If you want Jolly Bumble Blast, buy him now. Get him when he first comes out. The price isn't going to go down between now and then. The stock will. It has that potential. And you don't want to be that person that waited around and find yourself on eBay, you know, kicking yourself for paying 3 times the price that you could have paid at retail locally. So my advice, go in, GameStop if you need them single, whatever store's closest. If Toys R Us has a sale, they've been pretty good about the 40% buy one, get one deal. If you've got another Skylander you need, or you want to stock up, get 2 Jolly Bumble Blast, something like that. Take advantage of it, do whatever makes the most sense for you economically. But I can't stress it enough, you know, this is probably a deal you're not going to see him in March. Don't know if they'll pull the stock or just liquidate him to the point people buy it up. They don't care about the alternate color. They're just trying to get a different path or something. Go ahead, take advantage of it while you can. Don't be that person that waits and winds up regretting it. Have to say, though, it will make a really, really cool stocking stuffer. Could be specifically from Santa. You got all kinds of options the way they've done this one up for you. So for everyone else, you know, collectors obviously going to keep them sealed. If you're a big Bumble Blast fan, instead of waiting for Light Core Bumble Blast, now you can take them down this other path as opposed to buying another Fiery Forge, etc. So it really works out well for everyone. In terms of pictures, you know, comparing and contrasting the two, be sure to check the link at the top of the video description. That'll take you there from the video on YouTube to the blog where you can find all the pictures. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. That will keep you up with all the latest. Again, I've got a lot of the playthrough going on. It's just a matter now I've got to kind of come in and edit it and upload it. So all that should be start rolling pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. Make sure to check out the blog, oneofwisdom.com. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. If you do follow me on Twitter, you should have seen a tweet that I made about 5:30 a.m. Friday night for me, Saturday morning for most people, reminding you that Jolly Bumble Blast was going to show ho up at GameStop. Seemed really funny at the time. I don't know, it's probably pretty lame, but you know, when it's about 6 in the morning, you've been running for, you know, 22 hours straight, seems like a good idea. So be sure to check all that stuff out. I do random stuff like that. Do my best to keep you up with anything pertinent and relevant in the world of Skylanders. So like I said, I'll allude to it now, there are a few more special editions like this coming. Not for Christmas, don't get too worried about that. But a couple other holidays coming up, turn of the year 2014, you should see some cool stuff similar to this. So once again, be on the lookout for that video. I'll kind of run through the entire character list for you. Lots of false information going around. People make stuff up just to get video views. I don't do that. I just want you to know the facts. So as soon as I can, I'll try to film that, get it up. And if the character is not mentioned in what I do, assume it's a lie. And save yourself from worrying. That said, Jolly Bumble Blast looks really cool. He's available now. Definitely pick him up. He's great. Kids, friends, family, grandkids, nieces, nephews, yourself, whatever you need to do. He'll kind of put you in the holiday spirits here. It's been very cold here with the light dusting of snow, so it worked out pretty well. But again, I actually kind of like the paint job, the alternate version here, so I'll run with that. We'll get him introduced. Be on the lookout for that, and until next time, we will catch you later.